Hi, we're Team Hypertext. My name's Mike, this is Emma, and this is Nina. Choosing university is one of the most important decisions that we ever have to make. It affects where we work, where we live, and also our ultimate career path.
To make the decision at the minute, there are mountains of data to sort through. You've got prospectuses, websites, career guides, books. Really, it's quite overwhelming.
Unilo is the first system that takes into account all of the interests of the student when choosing their university. We find out what's important to you and utilize that to help you to make a decision. There are masses of data to sort through, as is evident from all the angry emails from Heroku. So we deliberately created a very straightforward user interface, masking all of the complicated data processes which are happening in the background all the time, no matter what platform you're working on, mobile, tablet, or on the desktop.
So let me take you through the typical Unilo user experience. After logging in, you're taken through a series of questions to help us discover what you value most in a university, ranging from student satisfaction scores to quality of library facilities. These are pulled from the open data sources we've chosen, but there's potential to add a much wider variety of questions that could include much more aspects of university life, so like local drinks prices and crime data. We could also incorporate your predicted grades to further refine the search. This section ends, you can end this section at any time, but the more questions you do, the more accurate your results will become.
So then we take your responses and we combine that with the university data by taking the vector dot product. And that gives us a score for each university. We take that score and we choose the 20 best ones for you, and those move into the A/B testing phase. So here you're given 2 pictures of universities, and you just choose the one which looks better to you. So I think this one's a bit prettier, and then, I don't know, this one, yeah? We'll go with that one. And basically, after a few rounds of this, we really start to refine your matches down to a top 3.
So there's a reason why our name is actually Unilo. It's actually a compound between university and ELO. ELO originates from the ELO algorithm, which you might have heard of from the social network, or if you're a keen chess player, that's the ranking system there as well. So after several rounds of comparison here, the ELO score changes to reflect your opinions of the universities, and then you can move on to the review stage.
You're then taken to a tailored list of your top 3 universities with a concise fact file about each one to allow you to do some further research.
So we've built Unilo using Ruby on Rails with data from HESA, Unistat, the National Student Survey, Bing, and DuckDuckGo. Using so much open data means that we get a really clear picture of each university, and it means we can really refine it down to what you want. So our code is up on GitHub if you want to have a look, and it's also all live at unilo.herokuapp.com, so please go on, have a go, and find your perfect university. Thank you. I should put that full screen.
Can you just describe a bit more when you go to that self-selection after you've done your questionnaire, how it works?
The ELO algorithm?
Yeah.
So, in fact, let me just take it. Can I go back? So, each university has a score at the minute. So they start around 115, but I also weight it a little bit based on how well they did in the last section. And and the ELO algorithm has this thing called the expected value. Do you mind if wait, I don't have my code. Oh wait, I do, it's on GitHub. Ah. Oh wait, I should. Sorry about my commit messages. Just, yeah, it was late. So they have this thing called the expected score, which is kind of, it's how likely this person is to win, or in this case, this university is to be the better university. And and their score changes based on that. So if a really unexpected university wins, it gets a much bigger boost in its score than if like a university that we thought was going to win won. I mean, the Wikipedia page is kind of great if you want to read more about it. It's really interesting. Yeah.
How do you select the images?
Bing API, which is, there were some really bad images coming up before, you might have noticed. I'm sorry about that, but we wanted to use Google Images API, but they only gave us 100 API calls a day, and there are just over 400 universities that we sort through, so Bing it was.
Did you feed back to the universities that they got bad images?
Well, one thing that we did actually have to do is we were getting a lot of images which were like logos or maps of the university campus. So we used, they have like a photo filter, we used that, but you were getting some really strange photos, so we also added the word campus to the university, and then you finally got pictures of the place. But yeah,
it boggles the mind what images came up.
At the point when you're choosing, when we're on this page, what do you think the person making this, I mean, you're all in this situation, so what's going through your mind when you're choosing between the pictures?
I try and imagine whether I could see myself there. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, definitely. It's sort of like, because all three of us are in this position, as you probably have figured out. Hopefully we wanted us to actually be able to use this to choose a university. But yeah, it's sort of like, you would put yourself into this position. Obviously, a photo could be different for the universities, but that could be something to work on in the future. You would put yourself into the stage of the photo and go, you know, would I belong here? So it's sort of a more subconscious approach, which is something which I don't think anyone else can offer, because it's meant to be a very quick decision, like this one or this one, sort of subconscious, do I belong here, sort of idea.
One thing I'd like to do is, rather than showing the same photo of the university every time, is like vary it. So, but then you'd really have to do quite a few rounds of testing, so it's finding that balance. Like, I don't think people would want to sit through 10,000 comparisons, but you know, I feel like there's a balance, isn't there?
Quick question on the question set that you use initially. Where did you get the questions from?
So those questions, we've written them ourselves, and they're based on the data that Unistats gives us, and also the National Student Survey. So you might have noticed if we skip a bit further along. Yeah, student satisfaction, that's question 22 on the National Student Survey. And we kind of, basically those are all weighted using what you think is important. We did want to add a lot more data.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things. It's really easy to go, okay, so there's more questions which maybe students can communicate and say, this is also something which I feel is important when choosing university. Okay, that's really easy. As long as we can find some open data somewhere, it can just be quickly imported into there and more questions can be there involved.
Is there any open data available about other students' reviews of these universities once you come to shortlisting?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Is there any open data available about other students' reviews of these universities?
I actually wanted to incorporate that, but they didn't have a nice API. But there's this website called whatuni.com where people can review their university, and you can search through. I probably should be selling our website and not theirs, but I really wanted to have a little, because on the fact file page we wanted to put little links to different websites about the university so you could explore a bit more. So this was one that I tried to get in, but they do their URLs strangely, so we couldn't quite. But yeah, I think something like this would be really nice. We might have to look into that.